Hello friends, my name is Katie from Eternal Flame, and today I thought I'd share with you a pretty lax chat from my new office corner about all of the planners I have lined up for 2025 and how I'm preparing for the new year. So if you're interested in checking that out, grab a cup of tea and join me. Without further ado, we'll get right into it today. I do want to take this moment though to thank you all so much for taking the time to join me. If you enjoy this video, definitely let me know by giving it a thumbs up. I'm thinking about starting a new playlist and doing a little mini series of videos to share some of the things that I've been going through and the thought process as I plan to transition and just change, basically revamp the way I look at my planners in the upcoming year. So with that, I just want to start off, I guess, with full transparency about what has inspired all of this. And it's basically what I've shared before is that I was recently diagnosed with an autoimmune disease, which has made it very, very difficult to plan these past few months. So I missed probably the last 2 or 3 months in all of my planners. I've abandoned many of my planners, and so I realized it's just not sustainable to have multiple planners moving into 25, and something had to change. So the first step was actually getting new furniture for my office. I'm sorry if this is sad, but I'm hoping that by sharing this story I can inspire others that may be going through the same thing. But to be honest, from a wellness standpoint, I think it's really important to invest in yourselves and your happiness while you're healthy. So don't wait until you're not feeling well to invest in yourself. So just the other day, my husband treated me to this brand new lounge chair. I think it's a lounge chair. It's the Pottery Barn swivel chair, grand size. It's a Balboa in vintage caramel, and I'm absolutely in love with it. The reason is because I've been having difficulties sitting up in bed some days, and so I just needed a place to relax. And the couch that I had filmed on previously, while it was super cute and fit the space very well, was not practical in that sense. And from there, I had to reorganize my whole office, and I'm trying to do it in a very intentional way to make planning more accessible for myself in 2025. As of right now, I think I have lined up 5 planners, and I'll share that with you very quickly because I do want to go over my organization of my planners in 25, and then we're going to do a quick tour of my recently organized washi tape collection. So if that sounds good, I will set down my water. Actually, I'm going to probably take a sip before I do that, and then pull in my planners. If you all are interested in hearing about some of my thoughts related to autoimmune disease, hopefully one day I will gather the courage to share a video about that, about what I've learned. I'm by no means an expert in any way, but I've learned a lot. I've been doing a lot of research and would be happy to share it if there's interest out there. So the first thing, which is actually related to autoimmune disease, is actually the planner that I'm using to track all of my doctor's appointments and symptoms. It's this Midori Stand diary, which I think is actually sold out on Amazon, but they do have the gray one still in stock. It started in October of 24, which might be why it's already sold out. But I have this also in the Kukuyo pencil case, and I've been loving this setup. I have in here just my Energel Clenna. Typically it fits in with all of my other planners, which I'll show you in a moment, but for today's video I actually pulled it out just to make it easier on myself. So with that, I will set this down and we'll go over that the way I've been storing my planners. So as we transition from 24 to 25, I figured I'd share this with you because I'm sure we can all relate. I found this M-Design tote, I think. I didn't order it. I purchased it at Costco in a larger set. I really love the quality of these containers, these storage containers, because they're hefty enough to withstand all of the many planners. So within this tiny little storage container, I have all of my planners that I'm keeping up with in 2024 and 2025. The reason this is really important is because I'm not done with 2024 yet, and I find myself reaching for 2024 in order to set up 2025. So if that's you, I would highly recommend finding a way to do that in a way that's organized, and I'm so grateful that I was able to do that here. So I'll just show you very quickly because my arm feels like it's about to fall off. It is very heavy. In 24, I had my personal everyday carry, which are these Traveler's Notebook Verticals. I have the first half, second half. I have the Hobonichi Weeks Mega sneaker, which, no, not the sneaker, sorry, the Hobonichi Weeks Mega, which I just recently brought back to life. I have my Hobonichi Weeks and my Hobonichi A6 English Han. I also have here for 2025, I actually have all of my DIY planner stickers in this little card case, the Hobo card case. I have the A6 HON English. I have my weeks as well as that Midori personal planner. So I've been loving it. Quality is great. It's been making it very easy for me to tote it around. It's a little heavy, as I had mentioned, for me these days at least. The only other planner that's not included in this bin, and I'll try to link it down below if I can find something of the equivalent, I guess, design and quality and brand. The only other one is this Hobonichi 5-year daily planner that I bought a couple years ago. It came with this box. It has this beautiful embroidered cover. I actually have this separated, and I plan to throw a generic pen, maybe even a fountain pen with some archival ink in it here on this nightstand that the camera is currently sitting on, because my hope is that I will learn and learn habits, good habits, where if I'm here relaxing on this chair in the corner, I can take like 2 seconds to journal every day. I'll be honest, I have not been that disciplined. Alrighty friends, so that pretty much wraps up the planner part of this. So I'll just give you some background before we switch gears into looking into all of my mini washi tape. I will just fully disclose that I'm very embarrassed at how much washi tape I have. I'm going to tell you a little bit about how I acquired so much washi tape, although if you're watching this video, you'd probably understand. And then kind of tell you a little bit about what I plan to do in 2025 going forward. Of course, if you have any suggestions or want to share what you do and how you organize your washi tape, I would greatly appreciate that, so feel free to leave that in the comment section down below. I've been really enjoying the back and forth in the comment section from previous videos, so I'm definitely going to try to keep that up and ask questions, because I learned so much from you all when there's like that dialogue. So I acquired most of this washi tape, one, because I have an obsession. I love good washi. I went to Go Wild 1 year and I picked up a bunch there. Honestly, a lot from Papery Love that I actually don't even know how to use, so I will ask you guys for your advice when we get there. So I was at the Papery Love table. It's absolutely gorgeous, but I just don't know how to use it. And then lastly, I would say probably more than 50%, okay, maybe not lastly, second to lastly, more than 50% of my washi tape collection came from post-COVID. So I really started journaling and planning in 2020 after we started working from home. And maybe some of you can relate. Since then, I've accumulated all of this washi. There were a bunch of Joann fabric stores as well as Michaels. So usually the Michaels stores going out of business. I don't know if you all remember that. So that was like the few times that I would leave the house, and I actually really enjoy shopping with my mom. So my mom and I would go to these different Michaels across Long Island and pick up all these great deals. And I kid you not, I would spend less than $100 and walk out with way too much stuff. And some of those items were unfortunately loads and loads of washi tape. So I will also say that having watched some videos in the past myself, like planner videos, maybe my collection is not that bad. So if you have way more washi tape, please feel free to share. and make me feel better. And I would also please ask my mom not to watch this part of the video if she is watching. Okay, so we will quickly move then into what I plan to do in 25. So as part of this office reorganization, the goal is to make everything just more accessible and easy. I'm trying to adapt given recent events. And so I have a desk over there across from me. I have very limited space as well. Very grateful for it, but I turned this nightstand into a wellness stand. So if you guys are interested in hearing about that, I actually got that idea from a Reddit forum. I asked a quick question and got so much wonderful feedback. It has everything from my blood pressure meter to like band-aids, medication, water bottles, things like that, just to make everything easily accessible. But in doing that, I had to dwindle down all of my planner supplies, move things around. We moved the desk from this corner to that one because of this chair. And so I plan on setting up, I have a little cabinet there that I'll show you in a second that has all of my washi tape up top. I plan on keeping a little box on my desk of maximum 10 rolls of washi, and every quarter I'd like to go through and pull the ones that inspire me, that are seasonal, and then put some of them back so that I'm using more of my washi tape and not just the same 5 from Amazon that I'm pretty sure you know which one I'm talking about because you've seen it in like most of my spreads. So that's the plan. I plan on doing it quarterly. We'll see how it goes. If you guys have any suggestions, definitely let me know in the comment section. If I'm being honest, I probably won't do it on a quarterly basis, but it's a good goal. Alrighty, without further ado, let's move into the washi tour, shall we? Alrighty friends, so without showing you too much of my office because it is an absolute mess in this transition, I thought I'd show you an overview of my washi tape collection. This is, as far as I know, as much as I have. This container up top, that one, actually doesn't have any washi tape in it, thank God. This is that little rectangle I was talking about that I wanted to keep on my desk. So my plan is to take it here and pick my very favorites every quarter or so, at least every quarter. I mean, if it becomes like a weekly thing, I'd be happy to do that as well and come here and just swap them in and out. So when I was actually filming a organization video, I'm not posting it, but figured it'd be easier to just walk you through it. So I already pulled some of my favorites. I apologize if my hand's a little shaky here. Some of my favorites, so you can see here I already have my holiday washi tape pulled out. I actually got those at Bed Bath & Beyond. Actually, my husband bought those for me. So sweet. And you can see some of the foiled ones too I thought would be pretty festive. I pulled them out and put them in this container up here. I actually bought these organization containers at Bed Bath & Beyond before they, I think, declared bankruptcy during the post-COVID years. But I'll see if I can try to find them on Amazon or something similar, to link it down below if you're interested. I think these were actually meant for makeup. And in the past when I've looked for them, because I wanted to get more, the only difference was that this section here, which is a cutout, sometimes it's like a pull tab. The other thing I want to cover before we start pulling these open is you can see here this bigger one, which is too high, has most of my Simply Gilded washi tape in here. The reason being is they actually don't fit in these single high drawers because they're just slightly too thick. So with that, let's just go right into it. So I threw all these out on my big couch and tried to organize them based on color and theme. So you can see this drawer here has a lot of hot pinks. You can see that. And some like really fun ones, which is what I was kind of going for. And so I'll just give you a close-up. I'm sorry if you see all the mess in my office, but let's see if we can focus. One thing I did want to ask you all was for suggestions for how to write on washi tape. If you can see here, it's not just this one that's a checkbox, but for example, this one is actually, let's see if this can focus, very pretty. But this one is so tiny, I don't even know, maybe a letter can fit in here. But I don't actually know how to write anything. I actually really love boxes for appointments and things, to draw attention to them, but I just actually don't really know how to write on washi tape. So if you guys have an idea or like a suggestion for a pen, that would be so appreciated. Over here, this drawer kind of looks like a mishmash of a lot of things, but a lot of it was also floral themed, so you can see that here. I have some llamas, which is totally random, and some whales back here, so you can see I had to sneak a few in there to maximize on all my space. So as mentioned, this is these two high ones I kept for my Simply Gilded washi tape, which just seems to not fit in the other drawers. I got these, I think, when I was living in DC. There's a stationery store, the name is escaping me right now, but yeah, I bought these and never used them. I did not need to do that. These are from Archer and Olive when I used to have their subscription. And you can see here, I'll just show you the second layer. So the other question I wanted to ask you all is about these papery love ones. So I think that might be one of them. Oh, it's not in this one. I'll show you in the next one. So this one's kind of like pretty random too. I mean, given the fact that these don't really fit in any of the other ones, I couldn't just color code it. This one is so cool. I think I picked this up at Go Wild or something, and they're little stickers actually on a roll, and I wanted to use them in the fall and I've just never had the chance to. This one here is mostly like this foiled in rose gold, silver, and gold. The tricky thing about some of these is that they have a backing, so they just unravel. But I'm pretty sure I got these at Michael's. This one here is kind of getting stuck. This was like my everything drawer. You can see back here, there's just no real organization. Some of them were my favorites that just couldn't fit up top here, as you can see. So that's kind of what's going on here. I have some black and whites. I have some that are, I don't think it's in this drawer, like wedding themed. You can see this one is one of my favorites. It says thank you. I actually at some point thought I was going to create washi tape and sell it, and I just like design it and sell it. It just never did. And like the designs were super simple too. They were like, thank you. Okay. Just like that. So of course, this is mostly Simply Gilded washi tape, as you can see here, mostly the pinks and purples. But in addition to that, there's some papery love. I have some from Go Wild back here that I really love. So my question to you all about the papery love ones, it's a very interesting finish. It's like a matte clear finish. Many of them are like this. I have like maybe 15 rolls that came with the Go Wild table or at the Go Wild table. And I don't know how to write on this. I think one thing that I believe worked for me was actually a Sharpie marker, the fine tipped one. But if you guys have suggestions for that, I would imagine it to be very different from regular washi tape. So you can see that here. I'll just give you a close-up of some of the ones I have at the top. This is kind of funny. I've been always wanting to use some of these. So for example, this one has little like dumplings. Sorry, it's having a hard time focusing. And I would imagine something similar to Chinese New Year's, and I just haven't had a reason to use that. And then I'm gonna pull these into frame just because I'm actually plugged in right now to the wall. And so over here, this is the Simply Gilded stand, and I was looking to find one more so that I could kind of close the gap. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like these are really cute, but sometimes not that practical. And so what I have on here for the last year or two are some of my favorites. As you all know, I've been traveling a lot compared to like when I was younger. I didn't really travel that much, I feel like. And then I started working. And then by the time it was like my third job, I just never stopped traveling. So anyways, I kept these really close by because this came from, I think, the travel kit from Simply Gilded. Sorry for the focus thing here. So you can see a passport, a map of the world with a plane. I love the foiling. So anyways, that's what I have here. This one I have turned around because it's highly reflective, as I learned when I tried to film this video last time. I have some of my favorite Amazon washi tape that I was telling you about that I reach for every time. And so, yeah, I was very curiously, so a lot of these are from Recollections, like these ones here that I got from Michael's, I think Recollections, and they didn't fit in this one, but it was interesting that the ones from Amazon, and I'll see if I can find this set because it's my absolute favorite, and it's missing one, which I'll show you in a moment. But yes, I got this on Amazon, and it actually does fit. So lastly, I'm pulling it to frame, is this little strawberry trash can. I actually got it for trash, but I've never actually used it for trash because it's just so darn cute. It's super tiny, and it ended up being my trash can of washi. And so this is the other one that was missing in the set. It's basically a map of the world, and I travel to Europe a lot, so I try to put this in my planners and things as like a backdrop. It's very interesting because it's one of the widest washi tapes that I have. So at first I used to struggle with that. So. All right, so digging more in here, these are the Amazon grid washies that came, I think, in a set of like 12 different colors. Let's see if I find that still. Of course, you have some Simply Gilded and Archer and Olive. Oh my goodness, I'm just gonna put this all here. This one's one of my favorites, and it's probably from Michael's. It just says, "Just for you." This one's also one of my favorites. I feel like this goes with any like naturey colored ones. And we have some orange, but you can see it's a big hot mess. I ran out of space, and I tried to use this one in the fall from Simply Gilded and just didn't find a good use for it. Anyways, friends, I think I'm losing lighting right now, so I apologize for that. I apologize for my voice. I am very short of breath, which is part of the reason that I am doing this whole effort to reorganize my stationery planner setup for 25. But I do want to take this moment to definitely thank you for sticking around. As I mentioned, feel free to share your thoughts and any comments down below. And of course, as always, I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye, friends.